Congratulations.
I was less nervous than this when we headlined Glastonbury. I'd like to say congratulations to the students. My daughter is a student, so I know how hard you've worked, and certainly if you've partied as hard as she has, then it's been quite an eventful 4 years. So, yeah, I'm from Odsal, which is just across the road, and I lived in Salford till I was 19. I remember going to see my careers teacher at Salford Grammar when he asked me what I wanted to do, and I said, I think I'd seen Led Zeppelin the night before, and I said, I'd like to be in a band. And he gave me a cuff round the head, told me not to be so bloody stupid, and did I want to get my hands dirty or not? And that was my careers advice. I got a normal job after that. It was great. You know, working 9 to 5 and having weekends off has got a lot to be said for it. And it was only when I got to the ripe old age of 20 and I went to see a group called the Sex Pistols. Were you there? All right, shame. And Johnny Rotten, the singer, seemed to just spend the whole evening telling us all to F off. And I thought, I can do that. And so I became a musician that night. I'd never played an instrument. I didn't count the recorder as an instrument. And we formed a group. And I must say that, you know, in this time you can learn all about music and you can learn all about media and arts. It's wonderful. In my time, you were a bit of a leper if you even tried to venture into that type of career. And my mother would be very proud of me now, I think, because she always told me to get a proper job. And I think that this, you know, might have just proved to her that 42 years of being a musician may have been deemed to be a proper job. You know, I mean, I remember watching Bruce Forsyth when he was talking about being in show business for 40 years and laughing and thinking, what a dick. And I've done 42. So feel free to think what you like about me. The interesting thing about being a musician, which is what I tried to portray in the books, was how difficult it is. You know, I mean, really learning is the easy bit, and getting out into the wide world and have everybody try and stop you doing what you're trying to do is the difficult bit. And you have to learn and you have to keep trying. And people are always asking me, many times I'm asked, you know, what's the advice that you give to people who want to be a musician? And there really is only one piece of advice that you can give, and that's to keep going. And the thing is that as soon as you stop, you sink, you're done. So you have to keep going. Now the thing is that in life, pretty self-explanatory, that's what you have to do anyway. You have to keep going. And sometimes it's difficult, and sometimes it's wonderful, and sometimes you make a mess of it for yourself, and sometimes other people do. But you learn from every occasion, and then you never know, you might end up like me, with 3 gigs this weekend. I mean, who'd have thought that, with that night at the Sex Pistols concert, that I'd still be doing it and enjoying it. And, you know, the wonderful thing about Manchester and Salford is that I've become an ambassador for both. And I go all around the world, and I'm amazed at how many people know of us and how many people envy us as a city and as a place, musically and culturally. And I think that that was shown very much so with the arena tragedy of how important we were to the world. So my job, if you like, has been to entertain people, take the minds off the tough bits, the realities of life. I think if you ask most of your parents, I should imagine they brushed past me in the hacienda a few times, maybe, you know, on some dodgy doorsteps in Moss Side, etc. But we all worked through it, we all got through it, and this city, Salford, is an amazing place. When I drive around it now, I'm absolutely amazed. compared to the streets that I used to walk, as Alan talked about, the desperation and the nothingness we felt in the end of the 70s. It's wonderful to see this place now. You do have to be careful. You know, Odsal hasn't changed much from when I was there. So, you know, but I like to think that everybody is improving. And I'm happy. And I was very happy to be given this. I'm very proud. There. Just look at my wife. I can't. Yeah, I'm very proud of my family, of what I've achieved, what they've achieved for me. And thank you. Thank you all.